What's up, YouTube? This is Mel, aka Trouble. I know it's been a while since I did a video, and I keep saying the same thing, but I had some personal issues. I actually had a fractured hip for doctor didn't say exactly how long, but he said it was an old fractured hip, and that's what was causing the pain that I had in my back. It was pretty bad. But we're here back on the channel. This is my N55 e92 335i coupe, white chocolate, aka Denarius Stormborn. I got a few mods on it that I haven't showcased or put on the channel, just because I've been down. If I wasn't down, I was working, and it was just one thing after the other. But I'm feeling better. I'm not 100% there yet. I'm still in therapy, but I am able to do some work. So my high pressure fuel pump took a crap on me about 3 weeks ago, and I was stuck and stranded. At that point, I was like, all right, let me just get a new fuel pump and install my Spool Performance stage 3 high pressure and low pressure fuel pumps, or at least the Helix. I believe it's a 3 times overdrive kit that I got. I got the e85 ethanol analyzer, Bluetooth to go with it, and I got the stage 3 low pressure, which is here. I got stuff here. I do want to discuss some issues I did run into with the Spool Performance kit. As you can see, my baby's been sitting for a while. Streets running down there from, I'm assuming, the black rubber. Give her a nice little bath when I get a chance. This is an LCI kit with the LEDs. Some of the issues I did run into, and I was kind of pissed when I called. I forget who I spoke to from Spool, but I had it looks like I believe a temp sensor that came with the kit. That's not labeled. It doesn't say anything on their instructions about it. And I do work for a dealership, as a mechanic. Not a master mechanic. I do know how to pretty much do everything, but I guess I just haven't run into those sensors yet. So I wasn't quite sure what it was. And again, like I said, it's not in their instructions. And I have watched several videos on how to do this, whether it was Spool or Motive, and no one changed that sensor. Okay, so I was confused. I didn't want to assume, I didn't want to have to put anything back or take anything apart and put anything back together. But that blue wire there you see behind that is a sensor. Okay, the original was a lot bigger. It stuck out, and there's no way with this Helix system and the high pressure fuel pump that was going to go back together. So it was safe to assume, and by then I had spoken to somebody from Spool that confirmed it, but I didn't like the way he spoke to me. And I've read this or heard about it from several people. Anytime they've tried to call or get instructions from someone, they just talk to them like they were stupid. So I was told that it was very easy to do and to go on YouTube and watch the videos. If I can't do it, then to take it to a certified dealer that can do it. And I'm just saying to myself, like, yeah, it really isn't hard, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to assume, and I don't want to take stuff apart and put it back together. Like, just let me know what's going on. And on top of that, it's not even in your instructions. There is nothing in their instructions that talks about it. It doesn't say what it's for. It doesn't show it, period. Long story short, I got it. Now, I did have trouble with the vacuum pump here, that casing, whatever it is. Underneath it, there's a bolt. I think there was only 4 from the original that held it in place. But underneath it, there was the 4th bolt, I'm going to say. That gave me hell. I could not get it out. I didn't want to strip it and then, really not be able to get to it. So I just took my time until I got it. I had to use a 1/4-inch extension with a thin, I believe, T30. It was a thin wall T30, I believe it was. Let me check my cart. I still got some stuff to do here. Yeah, I believe it was this guy here, T25. Yeah, this T25 I used with a 1/4 inch extension. I was able to get it. And then I had trouble getting this here bolt. And it seemed like inside here, this portion, it just needed to be drilled out a little bit more. I didn't touch it. I just kept playing and wiggling, and even though it seemed like everything was straight, it really isn't, because even before you stick it in here, the Helix and the high pressure fuel pump, they didn't quite line up flush. So it really did take some force, once you got all 3 bolts in. And obviously you can't tighten them up. You do one after the other, just slowly tighten them up in order for them to stay flush. But once I got that, it all lined up and went in smooth. Now this here high pressure line from them is a bit long. It does kind of look like it's going to be a little bit extra, as you can see once I get it in. And I'm gonna have to move this around. I want to get it underneath this sensor. I don't want it lying on top of that sensor, and I don't want it up against my my oil filter, because this does get hot as shit. So I'm gonna rearrange that and get that fitted the way I want. And the only thing left for me really to do is to hook up the ethanal, the 10 micron filter. I did get that, and the sensor for the E85. I am gonna hook that up now when I'm done with this video. I wish I could have had a new battery for my GoPro. I would have shown you guys exactly what I did and what I went through, but my battery is shot, and I wasn't gonna sit here and hold the phone and try and balance it, and so just so you guys can see. But there's enough videos up there for you guys to see what's going on. I just want to share my experience. So I'll hook up that line, run it underneath, and somewhere under here is supposed to be where I tap into, take the rest of the old line out, put the new line, and then I'll start my low pressure fuel pump, stage 3. You see I got the seat out, and under here is where the fun goes, and the trunk, I guess, where I'll end it. I'll keep you guys informed how it goes. Start the car up. I got a buddy of mine that does tuning, so he's gonna send me a map so that I can at least get the car started, or drivable, I should say, and I'll bring it to him, who's about 45 minutes away. We'll get it tuned, drivable. I'll take it and see if I can get I believe there's a shop in Virginia Beach that deals with BMWs, and I'll get a Pro Tune, get it dynoed, show my paperwork. I don't just want to talk about it, I want to prove it. I know some of you, not that I need to, but I know some of you guys, you want to see the numbers. So I'll keep you informed. Like, subscribe, give me a shout out, very much appreciate it. Comments, hit them up. I love to read comments. Some of you guys are funny as heck. I did do a charge pipe, as most do. That was the first thing that broke. I will discuss some of the parts that I've already got on there. Vrsf charge pipe. I didn't go with the blow-off valve. I'm still contemplating on it. I did the Vrsf 3-inch piping, obviously. I've got an ARM 7-inch front mount intercooler. I did the piping as well. Can't really see it. I kept my screen and everything on there. It is hidden. What else did I do? I did a low pressure, I believe it is, fuel pump sensor right there. I did that originally when I got the car. I've had the car about 2 years now. I've changed my NGK plugs about twice. The more I read and got into it, I guess only 12 to 15,000 miles are good for tuned vehicles. So I've been changing those out faithfully. I've had to change this here vacuum line, I believe it is, or sensor. I forget the name of it. But I've changed that out because that cracked and broke on me. I did replace it with a rubber line, a rubber hose, and it kind of kinked right in here. I didn't like that. So, once I got the money together, I just changed that out to the proper or OEM part. What else did I do? I do have an AFE. There's my charge pipe. That's the rest of the original intake, and I did change my intake to an AFE stage 2. And on really cold days, I do get check engine light, and it always says intake. I did read that with these vehicles, they don't like, I guess, aftermarket intakes too much. So it's always an air fuel mixture code that comes up. Just reset it and you're good to go. Or at least that's how it's been for me. It does suck sometimes, but I notice it's really only when it's super cold. So I believe that's it. That's pretty much all I've done. Got drilled and slotted rotors. And yeah, this is an M Sport. Or at least from the dealership, what I found out was this was originally just a 335i, and then what the original owner did was they had the M Sport package put on it. My bolsters, they are adjustable. I love those. My baby needs a deep cleaning. It's been a while. I don't know how that happened. I was coming home from work one day in Virginia Beach, and I just noticed that it was just like peeling off on the back of my hat. So hopefully I'll get that fixed. The beige interior is nice, but it's a pain in the ass to keep clean. So I do want to get, or I may just get it redone in red. I'm thinking about that. I've seen some YouTube videos on that. So I'm thinking about just getting it redone in red. But this is my baby. I love her. I was happy to trade in my A8. This is my second A8. I love that car, but I love this one a lot more. Very happy I made that trade in for this here car. I think it's my second set. Yeah, of Falcon Zenith FK510s. I know I need to redo that. It looked so good when it was clean. But these tires are awesome. I do love them. Traction is awesome. Grip is awesome. Sometimes I think a little bit too much, but once I get this high pressure, or really the low pressure fuel pump installed, I should obviously have more power, and I may have to change my tires again. I do have a nice set. We'll just take a look at it real quick. Of tires that I had on there for maybe like 100 miles, and I switched those to the rear, and I kept those Falcons in the front, I believe, and the traction was just all over the place. It was so slippery. It's my A4 B6. I'll get on that. I'll get back to that, I should say, when I get the opportunity. This here does have Garrett GT28 RS turbo in it. Log manifold, 44 mil external wastegate from our intercooler, all custom that I've done. It's the wastegate open dump. I've had to do so much to this car. I've had so many issues since I bought it. Stage 2 South Bend clutch. But since I've been down here in Carolina, I've just had so many different cars, you know, the G35, and you know, I just stopped driving it. But I forget what these are, but these were awesome. I know a few people that actually rock these, and keep the door open. I'll tell you what they are. That's all right. I'll pull them back out. My front tires on the Falcons are starting to get low, it looks like, so I think I'm just going to change them out and get another set of those there tires I showed you in the shed and put those on, and we'll see what happens. But my rear tires, they still got tons of grip. Actually, yeah, I think my rears were going bad, and I changed those out for these here. Now my fronts are going bad, so, but there's still plenty of grip. I know on the edges here, on the front, it looks like they're about done, but the inside is freaking deep as all hell, so I might have some uneven tread wear. I do want to get an M3 kit and change that up on the suspension. You know, I keep reading and seeing people doing that, and they say it's awesome. I will change. I'm not too sure about this here. I was reading and watching videos of people saying not to change this because, you know, it messes up with the heating of the oil. So I really don't think I'm going to do this. I might do this here, and that's really just for cosmetics. But I think, you know, depending on how far I go with this here, N55, I might change the oil cooler or at least upgrade it. And believe it or not, there's a lot you can actually do to this engine. You can, I think they got a closed deck setup or system that you can get for it. And you can actually turn it up, you know. You definitely turn the boost up and get well over 600-700, you know, 800 wheel horsepower. It's just, you know, they say sky's the limit. I say money's the limit. But I forget what website it was. You know, next time I come back on, I'll definitely let you guys know. But there's quite a bit you could do to the N55s. Don't sleep on them. You know, they're definitely not as powerful as the N54 stock, but shit, for 500-600 horses, you know, as a daily, I wouldn't complain about that. You know, there's not too many cars out there, or at least, you know, running on the highway on a day-to-day basis that are, you know, as compared to, I should say, compared to regular vehicles, you know, your dailies there. Here, they're not running that, you know. So you got your handful of guys or group of guys out there that are running that. That's cool, you know. I think that's more than enough for a little bit, you know, at least until you get used to it and you want more. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. Again, like, subscribe, comment, give me your thoughts, tell me what you think. Oh, my tent, by the way, is 5%. I've had it for 2 years. I've had it on all my vehicles, and I'll never change it. I do have a new inspection. Do have a new registration. It's not an issue. Shabam. Shabam. And the sticker behind that are all official.